This is a Book Buzz summary of the book Noise by Joseph McCormack. Nowadays, it often takes a lot of work to focus. Though advancements in technology have made many things simpler, but they've also made it much harder to focus. Lack of focus can be expressed through sloppy thinking, meaningless existence, and declining human connection. Let's look at how you can regain your focus in an age of widespread distraction, from identifying the problem to regaining control. Number 1. Information overload is damaging our ability to think. These days, people argue passionately about a wide range of topics more than before. How about the topic of information? Your intelligence increases as you take in more information, and the more intelligent you are, the better. We are actually struggling with information overload these days. By subjecting our minds to this information barrage, we limit their ability to function at their maximum potential. There are several reasons for this. One is that your mind needs nutrition just like your body does. So, you are undernourishing your brain when you jump from one screen to another, skimming information and never settling down. The more you take in information this way, the more your brain begins to adapt to constant novel information. According to Glenn Wilson, a psychology professor at Gresham College in London, multitasking reduces our IQ by 10 points. Number 2. Divided attention harms our ability to communicate and connect. Many managers need more communication skills to interact with the people they are assigned to manage. Also, couples often speak past each other, children ignore their parents, and leaders struggle to engage their followers. The major reason for each of these circumstances is ineffective and unpleasant communication. We now find it difficult to listen carefully to others due to technology. It is sometimes tempting to disengage from real-world discussion because talking to family members isn't always as engaging as whatever pops up on your phones. Young people, whose brains haven't fully developed, are especially at risk from this. Teenagers are particularly susceptible to addiction because they have what is known as a hyperactive risk-reward system. Young people become distracted and less sensitive to the feelings of others when they regularly tune in to the technological noise around them. Fortunately, some people are beginning to see the negative consequences of information overload. For instance, the Waldorf School in Silicon Valley, despite its location, the institution is anything but a tech hub. Students learn the old-fashioned way at the Waldorf School, using pens, paper, and conversation, rather than iPads and virtual reality. Number 3. Managing your awareness is the first step in taking back control. Try to recall all the hours of your life you spent staring at a screen, watching videos, scrolling through news feeds, and reading unimportant messages. Some people discover that they have been living on autopilot for as long as they can remember. What can we do to stop this then? The first thing you must do is to begin to view your attention as a valuable resource. When a disciplined mind focuses on a goal, it's like a strong flashlight that's precise, sharp, and brightly illuminating. Therefore, how do we improve our mental focus? We must become more conscious of the activities that keep our thoughts busy. Do the things we focus on deserve our time and effort, or are they irrelevant and distracting? So, how can you determine if you need to manage your attention more strictly? Well, you could try and examine some of your habits. For instance, do you listen when others are talking to you? Or are your conversations brief and shallow? If you're dissatisfied with your responses to these questions, you should pay more attention to how to use your mind, and after that is accomplished, you can use the provided guidance. Number 4. Tune into what's paramount and disregard everything else. Most people avoid answering questions like, what's the most important thing in your life? But anyone without a definite goal and a laid out plan of action will find herself swiftly blown off track in a world full of noise. We must focus on a definite end goal to stay firmly on track. Numerous aspects of your life conflict with your long-term objectives, such as poor time management, wasteful behaviours, and shoddy preparation. But simplicity is the key in this situation. In order to focus on what matters, you must first recognise and eliminate everything that is not beneficial or required in your life. So how can we go about making our lives simpler? The first step is to start writing. Spend some time making a list of your most important values and goals. Making yourself accountable to someone is another effective approach. Explain your goals to a friend, your partner, or a family member, and be as specific and detailed as possible when explaining. since we all want to look capable and determined in the eyes of our loved ones, and you can use that as a source of motivation by sharing your goals with them. Number 5. Forming just a few new habits will make it easier to mute the noise in your life. Avoiding information overload might seem like an impossible task, but that is not true. The ability to mute the world's buzz can actually become easier over time, even though our tech-dependent society might make things challenging for us. It all comes down to developing good habits. Although developing habits can be challenging, but once you succeed in doing so, they usually remain. So you can truly turn time into your friend rather than your enemy by developing a few new habits. Starting with your possessions is just one approach to putting the habit of streamlining and simplifying your life into practice. Another habit you can develop is straightforwardness. That's minding your own business. Take a moment to consider whether the issues you are worrying about have any effect on you in any way. Remember, your attention is a valuable asset. Take your time to develop simple habits like decluttering your life and minding your own business. You will be astonished by how much energy and attention it frees up. Number 6. Honing your communication skills can help keep a distractible audience focused. We've only discussed how you can control your attention up to this point. However, there are other ways you might use this knowledge in your interactions with other people. How do you get the inattentive to pay attention? It isn't easy to successfully engage a group of people who are used to the novelty and pace of advanced technology. But rather than being dismayed by your audience, you need to modify your message to fit their needs while being careful not to exhaust their attention spans. Brevity is the key to effective communication in this era where people's attention spans are getting shorter. There are a few other approaches to keep your audience engaged. One is addressing them by name. Using the names of people keeps your audience interested in what you're saying. Utilizing intermissions is another easy approach. When you realize that a portion of your audience is yawning or their eyes are glazed over, consider taking a 10-minute break. They will be more attentive when you resume speaking when you give them a moment to relax. What's your most important key takeaway? Please comment down below and share the video if you like it. Check out these other 2 videos. Thank you, and until next time.